another episode of Filmmaking and More. I'm your host, Juicy, and this show focuses on filmmaking, screenwriting, and music in the movie making process, so sit back and enjoy the ride. In this episode, I'll show what I use and what options are available to you when it comes to set lighting. But before we do that, make sure you smash that like or thumbs up button. Go ahead and comment, follow, share the video, do all that neat stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are about this episode, what you think might make great content in the future. So let's go. So for set lighting, I have listed different categories of these particular lights. So stage lighting is something that you would find in a play, in the playhouse, or perhaps in a live event where a music act is playing. And then you have ring lights, so that's more personal. A lot of YouTubers and content creators go ahead and use this particular type of light as it seems to be easy setup, and it gives them enough light that they need to do what they need to do. And then there's LED lighting, and I have several ones that are listed or that I'm using right now, or a couple. One is the RE, and I don't know exactly, but I'll show an example of it later. And I have two of those, and then I have one that's slim light that fits on top of the camera setting, and that you can see that back here, right here, right there, that light right there. And this provides enough directional lighting so that the subject matter can be well lit without any other lighting perhaps that's going on or that's going to be needed. Of course, you can have lighting like I have, so you see the shadow. This side of my face is darker and this side is lighter because of the different ways I have light set up. So I have a side light coming in this way, and then I have another light coming straight at me off to the side a little bit, but it shouldn't be more in front of me. And then I have the RE light that sits right on top here, spreading light on the top here. And as you can see, the light that's shining up from the bottom here is the other RE. And then here's my keyboard. Anyways, and that's the type of lighting that I believe that covers most of the spectrum within set lighting. So here's some of my examples that I have in lighting. So these are the stage lighting, and these are three that hang or can sit on a stand. And usually these are tied to a rack, a metal rack that arches over on the stage area. The next type of lighting is the RE that I was talking about earlier. So this actually plugs into a wall as well as the stage lighting, and it has these barn door panel things that cover the lighting when it's not in use, and when it is, it actually will shine the light. Sort of semi-directional, but more just widespread. And this actually will change the tone of the color of the light, so I can get it to change whatever the mood dictates. Moving on, the next light that I have is something bigger, and this is actually probably at least 2 feet. You'll see some of the details here. And this is the bias light that sits overhead of the subject. So if I'm sitting down, you'll see that I have a light above me that shines down right on top of my head. Of course, you don't see the light, but you see the light beams coming down. That's that particular light. So big stage light. And once again, it could be either on a stand or it could be dangling from some kind of rig. The next light I have is the LED, another LED light here, and same as the RE, but you can see the barn doors here as well. But this sits on top of a camera, so instead of a microphone sliding into the spot there, it will actually hold this light here, and you saw that in my camera that I had behind me. And the next image that I have here are umbrella lights, and these are the lights that I was talking about that are shining straight at me or to the side. So this is the kit that I bought with 4 umbrellas, 3 stands, and some lights and cases, whatever. And so that's what I've been using this whole time for doing my shows. The last item I want to show are the filters that are used on most particularly stage lighting like this here with its circles, but you can possibly use that within this LED slim or even possibly if you had some way to rig it up on the umbrella. Not so much for the ring, first because it's not big enough, but that, with the ring, I think you would imagine maybe getting some kind of light bulb that changes color, and then some kind of switch on the plug that you can use to change the color, or some kind of way to change the color. Anyway, so this is the lighting options that I have. Of course, there are plenty other different types of lights that are out there, and these are just some of the items that I have that I use on a daily basis in order to get things done in my show. And I'll be using these, mostly the stage lighting, for scenes as well. So I don't have any extra stands, so I'll be until I get those stands, I'll be kind of tearing apart my other setups in order to do any kind of scene filming. And I plan to do that with shorts and scenes from scripts that I've written. Eventually, one day, hopefully, to a full-blown production, even if it's an indie production, to do a feature of one of my scripts. All right, that does it for set lighting for the 15th episode of Filmmaking and More. So, hey, if you like this episode of Filmmaking and More, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you know the next time I drop a video. We want to welcome you to the Filmmaking and More family. Go ahead and find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The links are in the description box below. We thank you for the support that you provide for Juicyfroot Productions, as it gives us the resources and access we need to keep bringing you excellent content like this. From us here at Juicyfroot Productions and Robb Entertainment Corporation, this does it for another fine episode of Filmmaking and More. I'm your host, Juicy, and I want to thank you for watching the show and giving it your love. Take care.
Gotta take you by the hand, oh yeah, and lead you to that brother's love.